So I've had the skateboard for quite some time and I've been really happy with how it's lasted. So I just wanted to make a video going over my thoughts on it. This is an almost double impact. I believe I've had it for about 10 years. Obviously it's not something that I've ridden daily in those 10 years, or even my only or primary board. But I've been really happy with how it's held up. As you can see, I've worn through at least a ply on either end. It's starting to wear through in the middle. These are 7-ply maple with some kind of fiber resin disc around the trucks and a whole top layer. So it makes it really stiff and resistant to breakage. It doesn't twist like boards do over time, and it keeps its pop very well. I think they stopped making the double impacts around 2015, and they've gone for the impact boards, which are an 8-ply maple with the discs in the bottom around the trucks, and the impact lights, which I believe don't have the discs, and the top layer, instead of being the full top layer, it's an insert about the width of the truck bolts, kind of like a figure 8 type shape. I've made videos on this board before, namely chip repair. I had some spots on the ends that got a little bit beat up, and I re-glued and clamped them. But you know, after all this time, it certainly doesn't owe me anything. It's probably actually hurting my progression to still be riding it, but it's still skatable. It's not even cracked. I like the shape, but at this point I'm more just curious to see what it's going to take to break it. I've never had a flight deck or a VX deck. You know, these aren't that much more than a regular board. They're in like the $70 to $80 range compared to like the 100, 110 or whatever the other ones are. You know, as I said, I haven't had those to compare it to, but I've heard other people say that they have a little bit of an odd feeling to them, or flex. I believe they're only 5 plies of wood and then 2 plies of their fiberglass or laminate or whatever. So these still have the sound and feel of a regular wood deck, just being stiffer and staying stiffer for longer. I really like the shape on this. It's 8 inches wide, 14-inch wheelbase. I wouldn't say it's a flat board, maybe a good medium to mellow kicks and concave. The Dwindle DSM boards single press their boards, so every time you get the same board in the same shape, it's going to be identical. But yeah, again, this one doesn't owe me anything. It's chipped and razor tailed, and either it's going to break fairly soon, or it's just going to be so worn that it's just not worth riding anymore. So I just wanted to get a video of it while it's still intact, and just go over my thoughts on it. So that's about it. So I was trying to get a board slide to fakie or board slide to fakie Manny over that storm drain. Got a little bit close a couple times, but not today. I even switched to the board with deck rails on it a couple times. Still couldn't quite get it. It's a dry curb over there. You can see it's eating through the bottom of this board, but still no cracks, still no breaks. I mean, I'm not trying to break it. I'm just curious to see how long it's going to go. But yeah, really something else. And yeah, I really like these boards. That's about it.